All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, all glory, and all honors unto Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. And peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. This is Brother Desire One with another quick lesson. Lord willing, this will be an edifying lesson. I have an article here from thethrillist.com. And this is just to further bring home the point of the mark of the beast technology will soon be introduced. The infrastructure is already being built, and it's just a matter of time before the implant itself is made mandatory. All right, and of course, being put out there in the mainstream. So like I said, I have an article here from thethrillist.com. And the headline reads, Amazon's new sci-fi series, The Feed, predicts a bleak and terrifying technological future. Okay? And the technology that it's referring to would be the Internet of Things, 5G, and the emerging New World Order from Esau, the so-called white man, and his elites. All right, the beast system from NATO and these different governments introducing this new system that they control totally. All right. So it says, in the not so distant future, a simple bit of tech will change humanity as we know it. The Feed, a tiny implant that allows anyone to connect their brain to a neural network of content where every conversation, noteworthy event, and inconsequential memory can be shared. So this is propaganda right here. This is a propaganda show that Amazon is producing that is going to desensitize the people through something called normalcy bias, which is already pretty much there, to basically get you to accept the implant when it is introduced soon. So it says, this is the gist behind Amazon's new original sci-fi series titled The Feed, based on the book by Nick Clark Window. The tale explored in the series, which is basically in this, this book these authors put out. It's, the same thing like George Orwell's 1984 and other authors that basically push out a so-called sci-fi series really about the real world implications of the New World Order and what the elites of this society want to do. Okay? So it says, the tale explored in the series, which premiered on the streaming platform on Friday, November 22nd, the instantaneous nature of this type of social media on steroids, and how a simple little device can impact society in both positive and negative ways. And as you might expect, there's a fair share of terror that comes with it. Okay? So they're using this show to basically show you both sides of this dystopian future. Now it says Guy Burnett and Nina Toussaint White it says Guy Burnett and Nina Toussaint White star in the program as married couple Tom and Kate Hatfield with a new baby to care for. They're not only just getting the hang of this parenting thing, they find themselves stuck at the center of a controversy that finds some users driven to madness by the implant. I'm going to give you an example of a movie that shows an implant driving people to madness. The movie, what's this movie? With Samuel Jackson. Based on it was based in the UK, right? And basically it drove people. Samuel Jackson was the main villain in that movie. And he used an implant, okay, to basically drive people to to madness that had the implant and they was fighting in the church. I forget the name of the movie. I'm surprised I don't remember it. But brothers know the name of the movie. Kingsman. Okay, The Kingsman. All right, and in that movie, The Kingsman, everyone was given an implant, and like I said, Samuel Jackson was the villain, and everyone that had an implant, they were driven to madness and they were killing one another. They show you that in that movie, The Kingsman. Okay, so this is, the same thing that they're trying to push out here on this show. All right. Now going back to it, it says, as luck would have it, Tom's father, Lawrence, played by the incomparable David Thewlis, is the Mark Zuckerberg of this story. He's the one who invented the feed, and Tom's mother, Meredith, played by Game of Thrones, Michelle Fairley, oversees the company's day-to-day operations as CEO. So that's the gist behind the show. And I'll leave a link to the article, but I'm going to jump around a bit. All right. Because basically, that's what these elites want to do. They want to create a society to where they control everything through their technology. Now, this is Revelation 13 and 14. I'll start at verse 14. It says, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth. This is Revelation 13 and 14. It says, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles, which he had power to do in the sight of the beast. The beast was the Roman Empire, which has come back into power through NATO. All right. NATO is the beast. That they should make an image to the beast, which had the womb by a sword and did live. That's your Renaissance. The so-called white man gained control of the earth. It was the Roman Empire was made alive again, and now you have what's known as the rulership of the Western world, starting with America, allied with Europe, which makes NATO and their allies. It says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast, this system, this new world order, this dystopian future that they're going to bring. If you don't participate in it and take the microchip implant, it says that they should be killed. Okay, and this is what this article is going into with this new show from Amazon. All right, so I'm gonna jump back to it. Okay. So back in the article, let's see here. I'm gonna skip around, like I said. It says here, we were really worried about how futuristic we could make it feel without making it feel alienating, Powell explains. But also how simplistic we can make it feel so that when you watch it 3 or 5 years from now, and hopefully you do, that it doesn't feel already so outdated that it feels ridiculous. And we did think that going as simplistic with it as possible would be our best bet. That was the way that we could make it look as futuristic as possible, but also as believable as possible. Yeah, because these are things that they want to implement in the real world. Okay? It says, user-friendly and accessible are two adjectives always high on the list for any tech company when they work to release new devices to the general public. But accessibility, especially with the high concept series such as this, is what will hopefully connect with audiences. That sort of what-if scenario of free will and morality in a near-future world has given Black Mirror all sorts of success. All right, and this show is in the same genre. We mentioned Charlie Booker's landmark anthology series here, as there are definite aesthetic similarities. Point of view interfaces, which that's what POV means, point of view. Moody lighting, audiences will surely glom onto. It says, and while Powell is quick to point out that the feed has a narrative 10-episode first season and it's not an anthology, there is a conceptual resemblance to the program. They're both British productions. and each handle moral quandaries in a future society not that much different than our own. And the Black Mirror episode, The Entire History of You, touches on similar social media issues and the societal disassociative ramifications it may have. All right. So now I'm going to jump around again. It says, I tried to do some research about whether the feed could actually happen in real life, and it is, she continues. We are already putting implants in our wrist, RFID scanner IDs to get into our offices or whatever. Elon Musk is working on a neural lace that goes into the brain. They're already putting implants in the brain to help with epilepsy and good positive things. But things could very, very quickly evolve and happen rapidly. Already they track everything that we're doing on the computer, every group, Google search, and what have you. But at least our thoughts are kind of our own still. Putting something in your head that can read your thoughts, that's the last frontier of privacy. I found that to be a really terrifying notion and also a very realistic notion. People are really trying to do this. And this is what the mark of the beast is. Okay? This is the mark of the beast. This is the mark of the beast is the RFID technology, the implant that's going to be in your brain or in your forehead. Elon Musk is already doing it. They're already putting digital currency, Bitcoin. Facebook is already allied with the government, the beast itself, to develop his own lira digital currency, and other governments. All right, we got something called the basically the U.S. government is already developing its own e-dollar. All right, let's see. Matter of fact, let me get this article. Let me pull this up because this is a part of the mark of the beast as well. This is from Business Insider. It says the Federal Reserve is looking into developing a digital currency in the U.S., Powell confirms. All right. This is from Business Insider. So this is a reputable newspaper. This is real. Okay. It says U.S. central bankers have explored the possibility of developing a digital currency that would be directly available to businesses and households. All right. Okay, and I'll leave a link to the article. It goes into it. This is the future, man. This is the prophecy in Revelation 13 being fulfilled here. Okay? Let's see here. And that's the point. That's pretty much it on the article. Okay? So let's go back to the scriptures. All right? So now this is Revelation 13 and 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark, that's the microchip implant, in their right hand or in their foreheads. That's your neural lace microchip brain implant. That they already had the technology. It's just about the government taking control and making it mandatory. Because it says he's going to cause them to do it. So that's a mandatory statement there. It says, in that no man might buy or sell. There's your digital currency being developed by the U.S. central banks and the governments. All right, whether it be China, India, it already has mandatory RFID technology come December 1st. That was the last video I did. And in the UK, okay, which Britain is still in control of India. This beast system stretches far out throughout the whole earth, man. Okay? So it says, in that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. This is when you Israelites, y'all got to have wisdom, man. Okay? Don't just be listening to these leaders and just dismiss it. Study. Okay? Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man. What man? Esau, the so-called white man. And his number is 636. And that's the numerical code that's all these digital systems around the world are based off of. And you're just going to be another number with an implant once this thing goes live, man. once this chip goes live. All right. Once it goes live, that's it. Okay. So let's get the consequence for taking this chip. Revelation 14. All right. This is Revelation 14 and 9. It says, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture, into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. What's the fire and brimstone and the wrath of the Lord? That's the nuclear missiles. Okay? That's going to destroy America in the climax of World War III. And the smoke of their torment ascendeth up forever and ever, and they have no rest, day nor night, who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. So if you take the RFID microchip, the Lord is going to destroy you. Verse 12, here is the patience of the saints, all right, the elect of the nation of Israel, which are the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, not just all blacks, okay? Here are they that keep the commandments of the Most High and the faith of Yahweh Shai. So you can't just be an Old Testament keeper of the commandments. You have to have the faith of Yahweh Shai as well. Okay? And it says, and I heard a voice from heaven saying unto me, write, blessed are the dead which die in the Lord from henceforth. Yea, saith the Spirit, that they may rest from their labors and their works do follow them. Because this thing is about doing the work. You can't just be an armchair Israelite neither. You got to go out to the streets and teach. You got to, these guys like Fopi, starting with their so-called elder leader Quanath, he's not right, man, because he's not doing the labors. His works aren't going to follow him, You know what I'm saying? You got to be willing to put it all on the line as the days move forward. They're already, trying to get rid of YouTube. Okay? Well, at least the content that we produce with the truth on YouTube, okay? So yeah, man, this is real. This technology is being pushed out there. They got this new series on Netflix. Well, not Netflix, but Amazon. It's already out actually, so I guess you can stream it on Amazon now. And they're going into what's to come in this society. All right. So with that, hope this was an edifying lesson. Praise, glory, and honors going to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Kakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the hopeful elect.